Welcome to Keep Punting Podcast, this stupid fucking show that no one listens to anymore. It's starting to feel more and more like a chore, that's for sure. Fuck, that all rhyme. Faust is sick. I'm feeling a bit sick, and Luke thinks he's sick, which is pretty sick. There's heaps of value last week, which was all right for once.
Yeah,
Faust had a bit of a stinker too, which is also nice to see. Yeah, how you guys going these days? How's Perth? What's going on? Anything new?
Well, I'm sick, so
Oh yeah, sick. I just said that. That's right.
too much shit.
Have you tried Messina yet, or what?
Ren's already been, but I haven't been.
It's good, but
It looks alright.
Good.
What was the flavour that I got in in Sydney?
Conception
Oh,
and Dolce de Leche. Anyway, so guys, that's
Yes.
another tip.
I got a sponsor for the day.
Show me.
Huh?
I got a sponsor for the episode today.
What?
Well, Fin-C.
Fucking vitamin C for Faust because he's sick, yeah?
Oh, thanks, Jack.
Take some. Hey, come next door and have some, you dickhead.
Yeah, I have.
You fucking
Um,
STD pig.
Sick. What have you been doing, Faust, you naughty boy? Anyway, look, to test out this week, fuck, that was a waste of time. Anyway, to test out this week how many people actually listen to our show, we're going to do a giveaway, right? So
Oh.
anyone who's listening now, who can hear us now, send us into our Instagram DMs an $100 strategy for this weekend's racing. And whoever makes the most profit is going to get a free Keep Punting hat and stubby holder. It can be anything from one horse on the nose, a few horses on the nose, a multi, whatever you want, just has to be $100. So we'll see how
Do we
many
even
people
have
listen. Watch us get 0 messages.
Do we have any hats?
Huh?
I swear we don't have any hats.
What do you mean?
No, I've got.
We've got heaps. Anyway, so for you guys, what did you take away from the Guineas and the railway going into the Northerly Gold Rush, all that stuff? What did you take away?
That none of the the Guineas can win the fucking Northerly. That's about it.
Yeah, we're right. Faust?
Probably think there's one horse that can maybe win the Northerly out of the Guineas. That's it.
Who's that?
Find out.
Okay, man.
Why would we find out?
We're not going to find out. That's
The
right.
The Northerly week.
Stay tuned for next week,
Tune in for next week.
On
even though
Instagram.
there's no episode.
Well, I got something. I've got something. I got the Northerly first four. I've got it ready
Oh,
already. Yeah. So it's going to be Zaki, a lot of good men, Dom to shoot and be optimistic.
yeah.
Be optimistic.
That's in the field.
Nah, it's gone.
You sure?
Yeah, it's gone.
Go.
Anyway, should we get on with the show? Or...
Yeah, all right.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Black Book is in the bin. Faust, you go first.
In fact, I can't even hear you.
Skip me. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have any.
I forgot again.
Oh, shit. What happens when you sit?
Why have I disappeared for like 20 seconds? Anyway,
Huh?
I'll start with my Black Book so this show doesn't go for 4 hours again. All right, so from Cranbourne, I've got Oceans Above. I think it hit the line nicely over 1,500. It was 12 up to 15. I reckon third up, it's ready to go at the mile, especially with a bit of give in the ground. Rumbled again, back from about 40s into $8. It's a good thing beaten. It was held up on the rail for most of the straight. It's clearly come back well, so you can follow that. Chahuli, the Greg Durrell horse, it was held up from probably the 500 to 200 metre mark. Should have gone very close to winning the race. Seems like a good young stayer in the making. Jimmy Star, 3 wide, no cover the trip, yet it still exploded and bolted in. This thing's got a lot of potential and upside, so one to follow through the grades. And then I've got one from Ascot, speaking through the pocket, Success Play. I backed this at around 40s. It was 3 wide, no cover on speed. and just held on just to lose for third. With a kind of run in transit, I've no doubt it would have got the chockies. Philippe?
Fax, any black bookers?
Nah, nothing.
So Fax, do you have a place?
Yeah, so for me, I've got quite a few. I thought there was a few that you can sort of get a takeaway from Saturday. One of them is a bit of a sneak peek for later on. Fire Glow 2. This horse is absolutely flying and is just crying out for some extra distance, I think, as well. Was very unlucky, terribly unlucky, getting held up for a bit of the straight. Yeah, I think it's going really well. Another one's Twin Perfection. Go and watch this run. This thing was held up the whole straight and got out and absolutely flashed home. It loves the 1,000 meters. Watch it go to like Moonee Valley next or something like that and definitely be on it. Next is Be Optimistic. This horse is absolutely flying. And the stable said it and it backed it up with its performance. As I said, it's going to the Northerly next week. Oh, it's a bit of a push, the Northerly. But I think something like a Perth Cup or any of the lead-up races, I think it's definitely well within its reach. Yeah, it's going to have a bit of a negative weight swing on some of its competitors, but I think it's just absolutely humming. Then obviously from the railway, I think you can take out Dom to Shoot and the Velvet Queen. Absolutely hit the line, unbelievably. Both of them. The Velvet Queen with a better barrier can run a big race in the Northern, and Dom to Shoot with a good barrier. Jesus, will be a very, very good each one of the day. Another Moral Beaten was Climb on Top. Go and watch the replay of this thing. Another thing on the rail, held up the whole race, didn't even get touched, it was just behind the whole time. I'm going to beat the whole field last start, so it's definitely one to follow. It's going very well. Starry Heights, Luke's label the day, absolutely bolted in. It's obviously a very smart horse. 1,400 metres is too short for it. Never won first up, so it's obviously gone very well. I'd follow it through its prep, and again, it's a railway contender for next year. A lot of good men from the Guineas. Huge run. You could probably take that away from its previous run against Zipaway. Obviously ran very similar sectionals to it this time around, and I think it's going to be a very good chance in the Northerly next week with a low weight. And then two horses from Doomben, Air Marshal and My Snow Queen, both from the last race. Terrible watches, these two. Both held up majority of the straight, and once they got out, absolutely flashed to the line. So they're both two horses to follow from that race. Fax, any black bookers?
I've got a bin though.
Oh, you got a bin. Give me the bin.
Tuvalu.
Actually, you know what? I've got some interesting info on that today. So I don't know if you've listened to Lindsay Smith's podcast. Or not Lindsay Smith's podcast. He was on podcast today. And he reckons that it didn't travel well. It wasn't eating. It didn't train well. He worked it too hard. He was sweating on the day. He could tell. He knew that he had stuffed up really bad, and he still made it run. And he regrets his decision. He said didn't look all right up until literally today. He took it to the beach yesterday. It was still a bit iffy until today. It started like sort of bouncing around and looked okay. And because he's so wary on it, he's even considering not going to the Northerly and going to the Gold Rush, which I think it has none. But I think you can I reckon you can forgive it for that run anyway. Not for this prep, maybe for next prep.
Yeah, I would not be binning Tuvalu. That's retarded.
Yeah.
Been here though over group races here.
Pardon?
I'd been here over group races.
Kind of just didn't travel. What do you mean?
It didn't travel, man. Because I had to travel that week, and he reckons he had advice from Bob Peters to come the week before because there was an option to come the week before, and he didn't take it, and he regrets it big time. He reckons it didn't handle all the heat. It just absolutely binned that race. He reckons he took it on his own chest. So I think he knew before the race it wasn't going anywhere near it. So something interesting to take on. I don't know how much to take that, but yeah.
Okay.
Obviously,
I don't actually have a bin, to be honest.
Yeah.
Luke?
Oh, you don't have one? Yeah. No, I just said obviously it wasn't at its best, so I wouldn't bin it. I do have two bins. I've got Osipenko, albeit it was 7 weeks between runs or 6 weeks between runs with a couple of setbacks on the way. I don't think it's as good as what they think. I think it's quite overrated, and it loomed up like it was going to win. Maybe the heavy track, but it has won on a heavy. So
I was going to say
opinion, I wouldn't.
It was the track.
I don't think it's a heavy track horse.
The track.
I don't know. I think it's overrated. They're always crunch it in like it's going to win and it's yet to deliver. So not for mine anymore. And then another one is just from Morpherville. I've been following this horse and there's always been a big rap on it, called Second to None. It's fucking punched in betting every time. Started favourite 3 times. It's been so disappointing.
What?
So that's
Why is it always smashed? I get so confused. Every week, smashed.
They got mate, Clarkin got the massive raps on it and always says it's going to win this week, and 3 weeks in a row it's been shit.
Yeah.
So that's me done.
All right, sweet. Let's get into the races. Yeah. First race, Caulfield. I think it's going to be very tough. Sort of judging from now what the race is going to be like on the weekend because the weather's a big if at the moment. Like here in Sydney, for example, 1 second it's hot, the next second it's absolute thunderstorm. It feels like your house is going to explode. Like you don't know. So I think it's the same in Melbourne. But let's go with Sandown Guineas, race 7, 1,600 meters, first start. Luke, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So I'm going with a standard 2-horse play here. My major bet is on the number 3 Modown at 440. This thing was very slow out and flew home to run second to Swartz, who they have a massive opinion of. As we discussed last time, the trainer thinks it might be one of the best horses he's ever had in the stable. Anyway, this Modown seems like it will eat up 1,600. It is an unknown if it gets too wet, but looks like it will definitely suit the 16. And then my other play is I'm sticking with this horse, the number 8 Vivier each way at $7 on 2 place. This thing just had none in the Caulfield Guineas given the track bias that day. It got a mile back, still actually ran on okay. It was very, very good at Caulfield to start before with a bit of sting out the ground, running second to Cobra Avalon. So if you can get back to that form and the track's fair, I think this is a great each way.
Fair.
Yeah, look, I don't know about Modown. I'm a bit iffy of it. The way the track is, I'd probably rather be a bit on speed, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with Arkansas Kid. I think it should be fine over the 600 metres. And also Power the Brave. That was a good last start. I think the map for it, looks pretty good. So, yeah, I think if we back both of them, should get something at least. But, yeah, I don't know. Modown it was good last start, don't get me wrong, but just don't know with the track how Caulfield's going to play, especially that early. That's all.
I don't think it will be that far back. It's drawn 2.
I don't know. But in my opinion, Arkansas Kid's better than anyone. It was against the track pattern last time, and it freaking hit the line so good. So
too short over a mile.
It is a low price. I wouldn't take $2.20, but I'd rather take that over Modown at the moment, in my opinion. But
in my opinion, well, Fax, you did say it was going to be that early in the day. We're talking about race 7 here, so I don't know how early you're thinking. But,
I thought it was race 2.
No,
don't worry about it.
So there's 2. In the way that I looked at this race is 2 horses that I'm confident are going to be seeing out the mile, and Arkansas Kid, as much as it's going to be the best horse in the race, without a doubt. I'm not sure about the mile. I think it's a bit of like a flashing light run from last start. Everyone's getting a bit excited, and I sort of looked at the run. It sort of peaked at the end of the 1,400 metres, in my opinion. So I'm going with Luke, number 8 Vivier at $7. It's been very unlucky this prep and has solid wet track form, which a lot of these don't have. And it's got a good draw from an informed jockey, Declan Bates. So you're laughing, I reckon. It was actually huge last start. Missed the kick. Well, not necessarily missed the kick, just went very far back. Absolutely steamed home against the pattern. And then I want to have a spec on number 9, Sunset Dreaming at $17. Good draw, very good jockey. It's absolutely flying this prep, and it was very similar to Vivier, the fact that it got way too far back last start. Absolutely steamed home in better sectionals than Arkansas Kid in the same race. So I'll definitely have a small each way, and that's $17 over the odds for mine. All right. So let's go to the Zipping Classic, 2,400 metres, race 8. For me, this is the biggest sit and wait and see what the weather is type race, because there's horses that can handle the wet track, don't handle dry, or aren't that good on a dry, and vice versa. Handle the dry track, can't handle the wet at all. So I've got 2 sort of ways of looking at it. If it's rain affected, I want to have 2 bets on number 7, Duke Jessess at $5. I've been waiting for this thing to hit a wet track. We've got a nice little weight swing on Mora Massa too. But the thing is we're waiting to sort of see if it grows a leg on a wet track. It's an unknown. So I also have another cover on a horse we know will handle the wet track well, drops a bit of weight. Number 5, Banker's Choice at $9. I think it's actually going better than you think this prep. It's just carried big weights and then been in unsuitable races, etc. I think 2,400 metres will suit. I reckon it's screaming out for it. And if it gets to a proper heavy track, I reckon this is a big each way bet. But that's a bit of an if. And then on a dry track, I want to have something on number 1, Vow and Declare at $6. I think it absolutely brains these. It's got class on them, but it just can't handle the wet track. That's the only if. And then I want to have an each way on number 3, a Maid at 31 to 1. This horse is going really, really well this prep, but it only runs well generally on a dry track. So that's another key for the horse. But I think they're definitely the two ways to look at the race. Facts, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm with a Maid. They'll slow out last start. The horse needs to jump, in my opinion, and gets closer in the last race against these guys. So if it jumps well, gets in a good spot, it's definitely going to be in the top 4 for sure, in my opinion. It still handles a soft track, so I think if you're looking around a soft 5, soft 6 is what I'm thinking. It will be fine over that. Obviously, that ground. And then I'm also backing Muramasa. Has the most upside of the whole field. So 4th up now. Horse is absolutely flying. So a Maid and Muramasa.
All right. I'm playing it. If it's a soft 5 or better, my major bet will be Vow and Declare. This thing clearly has the A1 form out of the Melbourne Cup. Did the exact same thing last year, winning this race after running 10th in the Cup. I think it ran 9th this year off the top of my head. So that's if it's a soft 6, I won't be on it. Soft 5 or better. Vow and Declare at around the $7 mark. If it's wetter, so soft 6 or worse, I'm with first time I'm finally backing this horse, Duke Decessor at $5.50. I think it's out to the right ground now, and if it gets cut in the ground, I think it's probably make or break really, because they've had a massive spruik on this thing. Gets a massive weight swing on Muramasa to turn the tables, and it got cut out weight at the top of the straight, which obviously I don't think it would have beat it, but it's definitely affected how much they finished. They might have only been a length apart, and you're throwing around about a 4 kilo weight swing nearly. So I can see it turning the tables with some give in the ground. So the wetter, the better for that. And then as well, around if it's a soft 5, soft 6, I still think a Maid will handle it. So I'll be going each way on that. If it was really wet, it wouldn't have my money a Maid. But one of the top 2 my major plays, depending on weather, and then a Maid each way as a little nibble.
I'm with. Sorry, I didn't read it out. I'm with Vow and Declare as well. But yeah, just letting you know. Same thing. Wait, so you're with Muramasa, Vow and Declare, and a Maid? Yeah. 3-bet play. Yeah, sweet. All right, so let's give it a rest. We didn't give it a rest last week, so we'll give it a rest this week. So I've got 2 here. One of them sucks because I really like this one, but I've just heard that it might get scratched. Rosehill race 3, number 12, Galaxy Bell at 100 to 1. It's low flying, this preparation. It was absolutely huge from the
this thing just ran last. So
huh?
You said this thing just ran last.
It's
Not a race this weekend anymore.
no, from the lead. It was huge from the back on a leader's bias day. It gets up to 1,800 meters. I think it's like 6 runs for 3 wins and 1 second over the 1,800 meters. It loves rain affected ground where it's got to get here in Sydney this week. But if it doesn't, I think it runs on Friday at the Kenzo track, race 3, or Armidale on Sunday, race 7, and it will be wet at all of those tracks. So they all look like good setups. Get on either way, but 100 to 1 at Rosehill looks nice. And then I've also got one, Ascot, race 7, number 11, the Lestia, a horse called Rissoles. It's 100 to 1, $18 a place. It gives me laced up heels vibes. It's coming from Kalgoorlie. It's a Fernie horse. It's got the same colours as laced up heels. Unexposed, flying at the trials. I remember seeing one of its trials in black booking it. And then was unreal at Kalgoorlie first up over like 1,100 metres. You can tell it just wants more ground, and it looks like a proper horse. Look, it's a hard race, the Listia. It's a very good race, but I have 5 each way on it at the 100 to 1 quote. Because I've got a bit of a query on some of these horses getting the 1,400 metres. So, yeah, definitely worth a little each way. it'll each way go. All right. So last and last. All right, so let's go to Rosehill Festival Stakes, race 7, 1,500 metres. Luke, what do you reckon?
So I guarantee we're definitely all on the same horse here. Number 2, Rustic Steel. Finally, this thing stirred up over a suitable distance. Looks like there'll be a bit of sting out the ground, which probably only enhances its chances as well. I think the only thing that will get a beat this week is it's a little bit up at the weights or a track pattern. And I'm also a bit mindful that the grand final is actually next week and they're planning to back it up, which has been a successful recipe for it in the past. So that's probably the only knock, but I think extremely hard to beat either way. And then I tipped this last week, I got scratched, and with the number 3 Banju each way at $101.21. It was scratched for this, and I think it's a good horse to follow again at blowout odds.
Still got the bar play.
Yeah, that's all right. Who cares?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm also a Rustic Steel. Looks like a good bet. It was good first up, or second up, and first up as well. So I think it's kind of screaming out for a win, to be honest. So in saying that, I do think there might be a bit of a blowout chance. I've got two roughies that I really like. Rabamos, who was scratched last week. It was well placed last week, so I'm not too sure why it got scratched. But I think the money as came for it now was 50s into, I think, 20s to 1 at the moment. I'm not too sure. But I've got it here marked up $40 that I tipped it at. But yeah, that should get a decent run from the outside. So in saying that, I also like Williamsburg too. I think it's a big, decent price at 15 to 1. I think you could also get a good run too. So yeah, look, if Rustic still doesn't, things don't go to plan for it, I think wouldn't be surprised if a rough result comes out. So Williamsburg, Rabamos, and Rustic Steel.
Yeah, look, I'm seeing it very similarly to both of you. Rusty Steel's definitely the major bet, whether it's dry, whether it's soft, whatever handles all conditions. Seems to really like rain-affected ground too. And as I said, it looks like it will be. I would have backed Acquitted, but it's getting scratched to run in Queensland. I really like
it's running.
But yeah, for my second bet, if it's rain-affected on the day, I have to have something on number 14, Williamsburg, at 17-1. It's been flying this prep and finally gets some juice in the track. It's been wanting it all prep. Was very unlucky last start. So I think it's a great each way price. Definitely have something on that. And if it's dry, I want to have something on number 18, Tazarol. Bomb fresh, perfect draw, low weight, looks really well placed, and I think this horse is very smart. I want to have something on these each way chances. As Luke said, just reiterating it, Rustic Steel is being aimed at next week in the England, so it's backing up. So it's something to be wary of, and you want to definitely cover on it. But by all means, it looks really, really well placed this week. All right, so let's go to my old stomping ground, Queensland, and go to Doomben. For the George Moore, race 8, 1,200 metres, group 3. I'll go first, actually. I got a 2-bet strategy here. Again, very hard race. I think there's a lot of chances here. And it's guaranteed to be quite rain-affected at Doomben this weekend. It's already a heavy 9, the track, or a heavy 8. So my main bet will be each way on the number 6, the Big Goodbye, $10. This thing loves any rain around. It's drawn to perfection in barrier 3 when it's absolutely huge first up against a lot of these horses. Gets a bit of weight on them too. I think it's a very, very generous quote at $10. And the trainer actually tipped it over Rothfire today, so which is the favourite in the race. So it's definitely a good push. And then I have to have a cover on number 7, the Tuno, at $4. It was just too good first up. It might have come back a beast. And it has some pretty decent form against some good horses in Sydney on rain-affected tracks. So got to have a cover on that. Rothfire scares me, but I'm happy to go with them too. Facts.
Look, I've got 4 horses marked down here. I'm not going to say 4 horses, but yeah, it's actually really hard.
You reckon 14 horses already in 3 races?
3 horses, 4 horses, 6 horses. What's next?
4.
No, I'm not saying 4. 2. I'm only going to say 2. I'm also with the good goodbye. The big goodbye. Jesus Christ.
The good goodbye. Goodbye forever.
A good one.
Yeah, I'm with the big goodbye. Only because of the track, really. I don't actually like. What's it called? What's his name? Natonio. What's the favourite's name?
Natuno.
Natuno. The only reason why that thing won was because Zoo Style first up was wide, like 7 wide the whole trip. So, if Zoo Style gets a better run, I reckon it's a massive chance as well. I'm not going to tip it, but I'll go with a big goodbye and also Baller first up. I have a feeling this thing's going to do something. I don't know why, but I'm just going to go tip it because I like the horse.
That's a good push.
Well, that's interesting because I've got major play on the number 6, the big goodbye, not the good goodbye, which is now around $7.
Luke just cut out.
I'm on the big goodbye each way.
Oh, you're on the big goodbye. Yeah, good. You cut out there for a bit, but it's all right.
Anyway, if the rain keeps coming, and this track is generally rain affected, so soft 7 or worse, I think this thing will start favourite. Very unlucky coming out the Natuno race that it won, and it's very nicely weighted. So I'd be getting on now. It doesn't need a really wet track, but it's just a bit better with it. And then my other play is number 2 Baller each way.
There you go.
I think at this price, it's a very tough race. With unknown weather as well, I think this is probably a good play. If it's extremely wet, though, I'm not sure with it.
What's its wet record? Because I forgot.
It's okay.
How is it like a heavy?
No, it probably doesn't want a heavy, but it's not bad. Like it gets through it. Good enough.
You're
a stupid price.
Some form analyst you are. Fucking hell.
No, because I didn't print everything off. I put it all in the laptop and it's flat.
Anyway, I'm against Latino as well, but I think Zoo Style can run well with a better run too.
Yeah, Zoo Style, I guarantee. If Zoo Style gets a run, it will probably win because it was horrible. It had the worst run next run. First up.
I know about 1,200 meters.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Go lurk, Luke. Go look in the bushes and that.
This was extremely hard. There was like barely any races out for the bush, so I've just picked one that I found. It's at Newcastle on Saturday, race 5, number 10. Major Murphy. I remember watching it the other day. It had zero luck at the track and distance. Got held up and only lost by a length and a half. And the start before that steamed home and lost the nose in the same class. And I think Gosford gets a good draw. And I think you get a decent price. I think it'll be $7 or $8, so probably good each way there. On to Ascot. So I might as well start.
We'll go to the Listia, race 7, 1,400 meters. Vaux, take it away.
You know what? I actually really like this horse. Very well placed. Investment strategy. Number 1, $5 each way. I reckon you can't go wrong. In my opinion, will just get the run of the race and probably shoots clear. So I know it is backing up, but in saying that, bar plates are off as well. And yeah, the horse is, in my opinion, probably better over 1,400 meters. And yeah, reckon we can get the chockies 4th up. So reckon good each way there.
Luke?
Major play, obviously, investment strategy. Impossible not to back this thing. It is probably a bit poorly weighted, but it deserves it. It's back to the 1,400 meters on a quick backup. I don't think it's throughout the 1,600 meters as we expected. I spoke about that last week. However, it wasn't disgraced or lost by, I think, only just over 2 lengths with the bar plates on. They come off. Should ping straight to the lead and be hard to run down. And then I want to have an each way on a horse that's flying. Number 8, Miss Rockjoy at $10 and $2.60. This thing's got the A1 form. It's very low at the weights, and it hasn't missed a place or prep. So I think it's a nice little each way.
Yeah, look, I think if the track is playing like I have a feeling it will on Saturday, number 1 investment strategy seems like a pretty good bet. Yeah, it's poor at the weights, but it's going to have its own way, I think, at the front and prove very, very hard to chase down. So it's definitely the major bet. I do have queries on both Generosity and Augment running out a strong 1,400 metres, but one horse that I'm positive will run it out, and I think's been low flying this prep, just has had no luck too far back, etc., is number 6, Brave Strike at 23-1 and $5 a drum. I'm sticking with it. It's finally drawn well at barrier. I think it got barrier 6. It was just too far back last time, and the start before it came home in the same section as the Super Smink. So I think it's an absolutely massive price, this horse, and I have to have a bet along with my give it a rest field results. So you can chuck him in a trifecta if you want. But let's go to Jungle Dawn, race 8, 1400 meters. I'll go first. I can't pick here. I can't pick. It's a race in 3. It's between number 4 Rusty Dreams, number 5 Amber Glide, and number 7 Duchess of Gossip. They're all coming from the same race last start, and they were all worthy enough of getting a black book. Amber Glide dropped in distance and won like that. Rusty Dreams went on pace against its pattern and fought on well. And 1400 metres, obviously, its best distance, drawn well. And number 7, Duchess of Gossip, was a moral beat. There is a bit of a query, though, I do think, on Duchess of Gossip running out a strong 1400 metres, but I think they know what they're doing, and I do think this horse is very, very smart. So my advice would be to do like a first 4 with 3 of them, and then for the 4th place, box up the first 3 spots, and for 4th place, put in a few roughies like Jadavi, Pearly Nugget, Penny and the Queen. Hope for the best. Oh, you know what? I changed my mind. There's a lot of pace in the race, so I'm gonna tip number 5 Amber Glide at $7. There's just too much discrepancy between that and the other 2. Yeah, fuck it. I'll tip that. Luke.
Shocking.
I have to do it. I'm addicted. I have to do it. Luke.
So the big M words coming out here. There's a fucking moral in this race. This thing, with even luck, I have no doubt will win. Number 3, Rusty Dreams at 440. Ridden way out of its comfort zone last start, staying at the 1200 with a race that was suited to swoopers. Was massively massive negative for it. Only lost 2 lengths. We said in the Black Book when this thing gets out the 1400 metres and draws a gate, it'd be a massive chance. It gets that now, 3rd up, gets the gate, can't midfield. Bad luck only beats it for me. I think the favourite's a big risk at 14, and I think it's been overbet because it got held up, and it's typical Pikey, one of those. Faux?
Yeah, I'm definitely with Rustic Dreams here. I don't know why. I think it just hasn't found the right races, and that's why it keeps them going back into 1200 metres. But 1400 metres now, it can be ridden forward, it can be ridden back. If it gets a good barrier, it should probably sit midfield, which is probably perfect for it, and just pretty much just sweep over these guys. But in saying that, I'll have a cover on Amber Glide because it was very good last start. But yeah, I don't know about Duchess of Gossip. It's a bit of an iffy one for me. But yeah, if it's probably better over 1200 metres, but I wouldn't take, for it to run a strong 400 metres, I'd like Rustic Steel or Amber Glide. So go over 2 plays there.
Just more so at the price, really.
Yeah, price as well. Yeah.
I think that all of moral will go in the top 4. So if you want a same race multi, all of them in the top 4, I think you're doing quite well. All right. So let's go to our Group 1 for the week, the Winterbottom, race 9, 1200 metres. Luke, what's the current Group 1 leaderboard?
So we all lost again last week. So it's just all 100 offense scores. So Phil's in front with 342 and 31 cents. I'm second with $180 and 75 cents. Faux is negative $722.60.
That's a joke.
Luke, do your Group 1 strategies, son.
Phil died.
We missed that, Luke, if you said it.
What was that?
We missed your Group 1 strategy if you said it. Cut out.
Oh, I haven't said it. No, I haven't said it.
Oh, go for it.
So I am taking on the favourite Overpass here. I'm planning 3 plays. I'm going with $80 on the number 4 Hot Z to place at 320. You can get the same price for this horse to place as Overpass to win. It was very close up behind it, and the Quokka drew the exact same barrier, and it was 8 weeks fresh off that run. This time it's going in with winning form, and I think there's a fair bit of speed, so I think you can park just hopefully midfield. You've got 3 chances for this thing to run a drum versus 1 for Overpass to win at the same odds. So I'll take that over the favourite. And then I'm having $10 on the number 3 Saboteur Excel at, I think it's around 41s. This is the unknown horse in the race. I can't let it go around at such a big price. If it can turn back its form to the old days, it'll give this a big shake, and it's drawn well. It's the only speed horse that's drawn inside of all the other ones that have drawn wider. And then my best roughie of the race, $10 on the number 5 Resort Man. I've got $41 here. I think it's like 19s now. I think it's been prepped probably to run in this fresh, then into the Gold Rush, which would probably be its main target and maybe the right race for it. However, it was also very good fresh over 1,200 metres in the pocket behind Amelia's Jewel last prep.
He's there.
And only finished 2 lengths off Overpass. So I think $41. Well, back then that was overs. It's probably the right price now.
All right. Fair.
Well, I need to win. So I need to make some money. So I'm going to go with my major bet. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. You probably think I'm an idiot, but I'm going to go with My Bella May at 18-1. In my opinion, last start, the rail wasn't on. So, a lot of people were saying it wasn't on even in straight. So they've targeted this, obviously. And I think at 18-1, Paddy Carberry on board, barrier 5. If there's a lot of pace, it probably just sits behind the leaders or even midfield. And, if it is on from its proper profile, it has run some good times and has rated highly. So I think considering that the price that it is, I'll take it for sure over the each way. So I'm going to go $45 on that. And then I can't let Hot Z go around. It's absolutely flying 4th up now. And, yeah, look, I've watched both replays of when it has won in versed, when it versed Overpass last time and when it was in the Winterbottom. It's always done, really well. So it gets a good barrier. Not a good barrier, but okay barrier for the way it likes to run and, go forward. So should peel off the leader and, might be a sniff. So $50 on that. And then I'm just putting this because it probably just wins Overpass. I'm going to put $5 on it. So there you go.
Wait, what?
I'm going to put $5 on Overpass.
What for?
Just in case it wins, we just post it. You know what I mean?
You're the worst.
I'm not posting. Disgrace.
That's horrible.
Well, there you go. I got to win.
All
right. $5, yeah. Leave me alone.
I think you're idiots. I think you're fucking idiots. I reckon there's one way to look at this race, and I just go. I don't even think it has to lead. I reckon it can sit behind the leader. I reckon it can. I reckon it can almost.
Look, I know it probably.
I reckon it can almost go through wide this horse.
I need a win. That's why I'm back.
I can't get over the fact that this thing is $3.10. I'm sorry. Look at the field. It's fresh. Apparently, it's bouncing at Ascot and this and that's flying. It's ready to go, man. Oh, come on, man. The way that I've looked at this race, so I've gone $60 on number 1 Overpass at $3.10. You should be winning this. It's done it at the track. It's the best horse by an absolute mile in the race. It was in the market for an Everest fresh. Imagine one of these horses in the Everest. It'd be 600-1. Anyway, moving on. Then I'm going to have $10 in number 13, My Bella May, at 20-1. I binned the horse after last start, but it won the barrier draw from this race, that's for sure. You forgive one run, and you can probably justify it because it was on the rail, etc. But I just have a feeling that this thing, because I won't have money on the day, but I have a feeling that this thing is going to go very, very close. It's set for the race, etc. Then I'm going to have another $10 on Hot Z. Absolutely flying this prep. It's in a really good vein of form, and it has form like Luke said, very close to Overpass in the Quacko, etc. So you got to have something on that. And then I want to have $20 on number 16, Oscar's Fortune, and $9. It's the X factor of the field, and I had a lot of shit go against it last start, just on the rail and everything like that. It was absolutely huge. I think it might become one of the better horses out of the race. I don't know where it gets to in the run. Obviously, it's going to be on pace with Overpass. So it's going to be really hard to run it down, but I think I've got to have something just because of its X factor. But, mate, I really can't see Overpass losing unless there's a track pattern or something.
No, I completely agree. It's just I can't put a lot on it because I can't do anything.
One thing I will say, and it's interesting, we all left out Triple Miss out. Obviously, it's terrible at the barrier draw, but Lindsay Smith basically said, don't back it now, back it for the Gold Rush. So that's another thing. So I've sort of been that.
Didn't he send it back to Baloo for the fucking railways? That was good.
Yeah, no, but he said that today. He said
well, they targeted the railway 5 years ago. So,
huh?
They targeted the railway 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's it.
Tuvalu.
Idiot.
But the railway's different because top weight. So I'll take what he's saying.
He said he doesn't think it's fully ready yet. He said it's improved from last one, but he doesn't think it's fully ready yet. So anyway,
surely it's not even good enough to win. It's not even got that good form.
We don't. Well, look who's versing apart from Overpass.
No, the field. Honestly, the field is so average, man. It is. Look, I think Overpass honestly might win by fucking 2 or 3 lengths if it gets a good run. So, but then again, like as I said, I got to try and make some money.
Mate,
so.
even coming, would it come second last or last?
They're gonna run the race to get it free.
I don't know. I don't remember. But it obviously had an issue. It wasn't right. It had to be not right.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Second last in the Everest, it still probably beat this field by 12.
It's a fresh horse. It loves to go fresh. End of story.
It's been fresh every run this prep, you pinhead.
Yeah, but like a lot of weeks fresh. Like fucking, how many weeks is it now? Almost fucking.
Look. The only thing that will make it undone if there's a track button or if there's just simply too much pace, which is a possibility. So, yeah. Anyway, all right. Fair multi kings.
I'll definitely be backing it on the day's cover.
Multi. All right, I had to write this out because my laptop went flat. Anyways, so we got race 1, Eneza to place, $1.60. Eneza, whatever the hell his name is.
Who's that?
Eneza. It's $3.50 the first race.
So you lost first race?
No, it's definitely not close. Anyways, Caulfield race 10. Sorry, number 8 Gennati to place, $1.80.
Yeah. Race
4 Doomben, number 9 Defiant Spirit to place, $1.40. Race 7 Doomben, number 3 Abounding to place, $1.40. Ascot race 4, number 5 Holy Enchantment to place at $2. And race 1 at Ascot, number 3 Diamond Scene to place at $1.40, and that should give you about 16 to 1.
All right. A few iffy ones there, but overall sounds pretty decent.
Look, it looks okay. Can't complain.
All right, let's go best bets and all this shit, right? This is our worst segment by far of recent, but anyway. So we'll go.
We've done horrible with this past 2 weeks.
I'll go first, right? Best bet. I'm just going to play it simple. Ascot race 9, number 1 Overpass, $3.10. It's my best bet. I think it's the best placed horse in Australia on the weekend, and if it has good luck, it should win. Otherwise, fuck knows. Luke, go.
Fair enough.
I'm going Doomben race 9, number 3, Knight's Choice at $3.90.
What's wrong with you? Relax, man. Honestly, you got to fuck the horse or something. Relax. I don't even reckon it's that well placed.
My boy again. No doubt, drew a barrier. I did enjoy the inside wins last start. And I thought at the time when I tipped it that barrier 1 was going to be the issue. It's now drawn perfectly, and it's finally up to the 2,000 metre mark. I think it's going to fucking explode.
I reckon it was just shit last start.
What's the replay?
No, it wasn't shit. I don't know if it would have won, but it was definitely unlucky.
Nah, there was a barrier. It was the barrier. I remember it was the barrier that was the problem.
Yeah,
all right, let's go.
You know what? I had no idea. I honestly couldn't pick a best bet. No joke. I swear I could not pick one, but I just went to Ascot and I was like, all right, this horse was unbelievable when it got out last start. So, and I reckon it's going to eat up another 100 metres, and it does. So 1,500 metres now. Ascot race 2, number 9, Younger Lass. Very good horse.
I reckon it's lost this weekend anyway. The time I don't lay, but
even with a barrier, man, it will explode.
I think it will lose this week. I don't like it.
Well, thanks, guys. Fucking
value. You're an idiot. Value. I've got Ascot race 7, number 6, Brave Strike, $23, $5 a place. I think it's very, very well placed and it's low flying. This horse, I think it can definitely win.
All right. I'm with Doomben again. Race 10, number 12, Starzam at $10 and $3.20 a plate. Absolute zero luck, this horse, when losing to the Drover last time. Never, ever got out. It's a bigger price than the Drover, and he gets a 4 kilo weight swing, and it's drawn the pole. So that's probably the only danger. That's what happened last time. But if he gets the Swift.
Oh, Lou, he didn't hear you.
No. Still record. Still good. Still record. Go on.
Yeah. Do you hear the horse or not?
Yeah.
Starzam.
Starzam. 4 kilo weight swing on the Drover, who beat it last time, and it would have easily beat it. So best each way for me of the weekend. Fowks?
Look, I'm actually struggling. Can I say 2?
Nah.
Oh, you dickhead.
Fuck. All right. So, the only reason why I like this is because I was nominated for the Winterbottom. You probably know who I'm saying. And I don't like anyone in the last race at Ascot.
Oh,
So, race 10,
corn cob.
race 10, number 4, Corncob, trialled really well, 20-1. I think it's got a big chance.
All right.
My,
There you go.
Some formats fucking hell these days. Holy shit. All right.
Well, it's actually going to run close. It's actually going to run. Have you seen it's what do you call it? It's stats over 1200.
Yeah, it looks alright.
It does. It looks good.
All right. So my lay of the week, I was just saying to Luke before, I'm not actually looking for the worst horse of the weekend. I'm just looking for the horse that's most likely to get scratched. So,
Galaxy Bell.
No, so I'm going 100-1 late. So I'm going Morpherville, race 5, number 2, Zamborghini at $3. Right. So this one. This horse has absolutely no wet track form. It's horrible on wet tracks, and it ran on Wednesday.
A quick backup. It's obviously getting scratched. Fucking idiot.
No, it might run. Who knows? It's a $3 favourite.
Yeah,
So
it actually might run. It might run.
maybe it's just playing brains.
Yeah. So if it runs now, fucking house on.
Get on.
My lay of the day, which I'm very, very confident on after getting one wrong last week, is again Doomben, race 6, number 12, to Jarky at 360. Up
Is
in
that
class
favourite?
and up to it's favourite. Up in
Yeah,
class
that's
and
a
up,
good
Not bad.
up to the mile. Untried at. I think it's very well found in the market, and I definitely prefer other horses in the race.
That's a good lay. No, but it's not favourite.
It is, mate. It opened 360 favourite.
It's not favourite now though.
Well, it might have drifted a tiny bit.
The horse.
when
I have the favourite in that race. I'm tipping it later on. Anyway, move on.
When I did the form last night, it was favourite.
Go Fax.
My lay of the day is race 5, Mango Jerry at $3.20, Pike's Horse.
Scott.
Enough.
Yeah. And look, I think the only reason why I don't like it is just the barrier for it. I don't know where it's going to get, and I like actually a couple of things in that. So,
all right, sweet. Best of the rest. I'll go through my best of the rest. We'll go Caulfield first, right? Best of the rest.
Yeah.
So for me, I've got race 3, number 12, Flyer Glow 2 at $6. One of the black bookers being terribly unlucky. Finally gets up to 2,400 meters and can handle some cut in the ground if the rain comes. I think it's a nice each way bet. And then I've got race 4. I've got a Tommy 2 play. I've got number 2, Right to Party at $8. This horse is flying and gets a really good draw and can handle wet track up to 1,400 meters. I really like the look of this thing this weekend. And then I'm also having a Tommy 2 player on number 8, Lively at $14. The way it won its maiden first up was like a really, really good horse. Kieran Mahadev used to have a big opinion on it, and it seems like it's a horse that'll will handle the wet tracks. That's what they reckon anyway. So I really like the look of that one. Then I've got race 6. I've got another Tommy 2 play, number 3, King Magnus at $7.50. I liked its first up run. Match sectionals with Ayrton in a day where it was hard to run on and can handle the wet track. Also, number 10, Unusual Culture at $6. This horse was absolutely flying last prep and seems to come back well over its first up run over 1,200 metres behind Gennady, which I'll mention later on. Also, race 9, number 3, Philosopher, $5. Blinkers on first time, back to 1,600 metres, wet track. I think this could be a really, really good bet. Revolutionary Miss does look hard to beat, but it's never done the backup before, and barrier 10 seems a bit sticky, so a little bit of a query there. So I'm happy to go with Philosopher. And then I've got race 10, number 8, Gennady, $4.20. I think it's the best bet of the day at Caulfield. Absolutely huge last start. Seems to handle wet tracks on its form, and seems like it'll just get the run of the race and be very, very hard to beat.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. So was itchy. I was like, fuck. No, I'm joking. All right. All right. Race 1, number 4, Anisa, $3.50. Very good last start over the straights at Flemington. I think considering most of these guys are first up, I think it's a massive chance second up. So $3.50 there. Race 3, number 11, Cadmus, also another good up-and-coming horse. I'm also having another play on Fire. Oh, mate, I've only got Fire here.
Too.
Bill?
What?
Fire, is it Fire to Glow?
Fire Glow 2.
Fire Glow 2, so 2 plays there because it likes to cut in the ground, and again, it's been unlucky. So much of my stuff's been cut out. It's annoying. Anyways, moving on to race 6, number 2, Valana. Look, looks like it's primed for this, to be honest with you. And look, it was very unlucky last start in the Rupert Clark. It is very short though, so going to have another bet on number 3, King Magnus. Again, matching it with Ayrton, which I think also is flying as well. And it's a proven, weight for age horse, 59 kilos. So $7 there. So 2 plays, Valana and King Magnus. Race 9, number 5, Volumbi, who has actually beaten Revolution he missed before. I reckon it needs about 600 metres. So in saying that, $7. And also number 3. What?
Who's that?
Volumbi. It's Wollumbi, idiot.
Wollumbi.
Fuck, holy.
Also, that is the worst bet of the mile ever.
Man, did you not see how it hit the line last start?
Anyway, don't worry. I just didn't know I genuinely didn't know who the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, keep going.
So buy at $7. And number 3, Philosopher, because it's got the shades on. I like it dropping down back to 600 metres, and it'll get a good run from the barrier. So 2 plays there. And then race 10, in my opinion, my black hooker, Gananti, number 8, $4.50. And also, I don't know why, I do like this horse for some reason. Tried it really good. Number 1, Japanese horse, Luanda Siona at 16-1. I think it's probably about $10 now. So
Lord of Sion. Look like it's the easiest, bro. Like Lord of Sion. That's it.
Lord of Sion. No, it's Siona, isn't it?
Where's the end? Lord of Sion. Lord of Sion. That's it.
Lord of Sion. There you go. Damien Lane on board. Waller
you don't have to say it like you're having a stroke.
That just made the horse Italian.
Man, that's... I printed so bad. Jesus. Oh, also, sorry, race 4. No, my fault. I missed the race. Race 4, number 3, Maraval Rose at $2. And also another play, Miraval Rose.
It's Miraval.
Miraval Rose.
Fucking serious?
You
speak.
In the beer.
And right to party because it's got the shades on. So 2 plays there.
Go, Luke.
Holy shit, this episode's that long again. All right, I've got race 2, number 3, Russian Dance at $8. It's gone well this prep ever since it stepped out in distance. If it's too wet, don't back it. Tommy 2 play race 4, number 2, right to party. Got the right form lines to win this each way, and number 5, Flying Fizz each way, 10-1. Attacked the line very hard. Last start to stay undefeated, and it can handle all weather conditions by the looks of it. Race 5, Tommy 2 play, number 4, Juniper, $8. This looked a good bet on Sunday in the Kilmore Cup before it was abandoned due to the shit track. Cutting the ground with Sue, and it looks to be back to its best. And number 6, Keats in the same race at $5.50. If the track is more, the leader is shied as well. This looks a really good bet. Also handles Sting in the ground. Race 6, Tommy 2 play. Number 3, King Magnus at $6.50. Set for this race. Loves the track and distance and can do all conditions. And number 10, Unusual Culture. Ran home really well over an unsuitable 1200 against the biased again that day. May need one more and potentially a fairer track, but good enough for turn to have something on. And in race 8, number 10, Gennady, very good against the pattern. All right, let's jump on to Rosehill.
All right. So Rosehill, 3 bets for me. Race 1, number 7, Trafalgar Square, $6. Yes, it is the 2-year-old, but this thing was absolutely huge last start against the best of them, Shangri-La Express. This was 3 wide, 4 wide, without cover right next to it, and only finished, I think, a few lengths off him. I was very impressed. That was its first ever run, so definitely have something on it. The $6 quote. Race 8, number 6, Conscript, $5.50. I think it's a great bet. First up, no trial. It's followed this type of pattern before. Loves cutting the ground. and it's 53 kilos on the minimum. So I really like the look of this thing, and it's beat a lot of these horses before. And then I'm going with race 10, number 8, Legio 10, $5.50. I think it's got class on the rest of its competitors. I think by that time of the day they'll be going out wide, so barrier 13 not a concern. Nash on anyway. I really like the look of that thing.
I'll go. Race 1, number 1, Lekvate, at $6. Very good last start. It does go up in weight, but in the way
it can't be race 1 because race 1's the 2-year-olds.
No, race 5, number 1, Lekvate. Sorry, race 1, number 1, Lekvate, at $6. So yeah. Then moving on to race 8, number 1, Malkovich at $4. First up, I don't know. It's scratched last. Why did he get scratched last week? Does anyone know?
Fuck, keep going, Beth.
Too wet. All right. But anyways, also having another player, number 6, Conscript. Again, no trial. Does like the cut in the ground, so it looks like a pretty good set play here. Race 8 and race 9, number 9, Little Mix. I think this is actually a good up and coming stayer. Does like the cut in the ground and definitely will handle it. So $6 there. I'm also going to have a play one more time on number 1, Skylab. If it doesn't, miss the kick, it probably runs really close. So Skylab there as well. And race 10, number 1, Conrad. Look, this horse actually was really good first up a while back against Hypothetical, who's obviously got on to the bigger things. 16-1 you're getting, not a bad play. And also number 10, Salisano, because it's absolutely flying and it's 4th up now. Just the barriers.
Wrong.
All right.
Go, Luke.
That's me.
Anyway, so, Rosehill, I don't know why no one's tipped this. I think it might be because it's running tomorrow. Race 3, number 7, Tabby Time.
Yeah, it's running.
Yeah, it's meant to be running tomorrow in the Mudgee Cup, so back it there if it goes there. If not, this thing won in the leg in the end. We black booked it. I think 1,800 metres would be fine if it goes. Race 5, number 7, Molly Nails. Nearing to win this horse. Go both ways as it seems to always run a drum. Race 6, number 2, El Bambino at $41.750. Ran home really well last start. Looking for the trip now, and it's a big price. But only back this if this is on a good track. If it's on even a soft 5, don't have it because it just hates the rain. And race 6, number 10, Spitfire at $15. I don't mind this horse at a big price down at the weights, where there's a lot of horses in the race that are unproven at the distance, where this horse is proven. And race 8, number 3, Quick Tempo. This thing's in career best form. Flew home last week to run second after getting way too far back. On the quick backup, hopefully it can sit close in the run, as it did first up when it won. All right, on to Doomben.
All right, Doomben for me, I've got the one bet, sort of like 2, but race 6, number 3, Acquitted. It's my next best of the day, $3.70. Wet track, this thing is some horse. Barrier 1's a bit iffy, but it might just get a cuddle up on the rail of Doomben, which sometimes isn't such a bad thing. Gets out at the right time and just beats these. If it's not as wet as what is expected, so this is like around the soft 5, soft 6 range, definitely have a cover bet on number 9, Ocean Treaty at $7 in the same race. It's going really well, just can't handle a track that's a bit too rain affected.
Me?
Yeah, man.
All right. Race 4, number 3, Defiant Spirit, $3.20. Race 6, number 9, Ocean Treaty, and also Phil's one that he said Acquitted. Just unsure with the track here, with how wet it's going to be, but I think each way Ocean Treaty is a good bet, and also Acquitted. And then race 7, number 3, I was with this horse last start, Abounding. You're getting $3.30 right now. I don't know why it's drifting now. It's a bit concerning, but $3.30 there was very good last start. So there you go.
Never done a wet track. It's the only concern. Well, it's
probably the reason why.
Is that it, Phil?
Yeah, it's me.
Is that it? All right, at Doomben, I've got race 5, number 8, Fire King, at $6. Exploded at Toowoomba 2 weeks ago when I was at the track, and bolted in by 5.
You were at Toowoomba.
Race 6, number... Yeah. Well, I had it, mate. I had it multi into fucking my Bella, mate, for 6,500. Dumb cunt. Anyway, race 6, number 3, Acquitted at $3.70. I think this is probably the best bet at Doomben. Very unlucky first up and ran home really well. And then race 6, number 9, Ocean Treaty as well at 750. Rolling at the weight team, ready to go third up each way. Race 9, number 1, Great House. Alongside my best bet of the day, this thing's screaming out for 2,000 and finally gets it. Concussion plates go on. Those are a bit scary.
It exploded.
And then shut up. Race 10, number 10, Driver Deal each way at $16 and $4. This thing, another one alongside my best value of the day. I think it's a nice price each way. Have you got more, Phil? Or
I've got one at Morph. So I actually like this as my best of the day, but after what happened last week, I didn't put it as my best of the day, so we'll just leave it as a bet.
Worst bet ever, map.
Race 3, number 4, Lights of Broadway, $2.60.
The Mickey Gannon.
Huh?
Stop listening to Mickey Gannon.
Mickey Gannon? What do you mean?
His best bet.
Oh, was it? Honestly, I haven't listened to it today. I swear to God.
Are you sure?
I just know this horse. This horse is my black booker.
Maybe Mitch. I don't know.
Once it would have been Mitch Lewis because he's the morph. Anyway, 2,000 meters. This thing absolutely is a lot better than a lot of the horses there in Adelaide. Last start, it probably went a bit too high up in grade. This grade probably suits it a bit more. I don't think there's anything special in the race. $2.60 seems like quite a nice price in my opinion.
All right, guess I assume you don't have
got more from as well. I don't know if this. Do you know where Albert's going? Is it going Morpherville or is it going Rosehill?
I actually don't know.
Don't know. I'm tipping race number 9 Claybell. Hoping that Port Albert doesn't go. So, but then again, I reckon it is well suited here. And I'm also tipping Phil's horse because of Mitchy Lewis. Race 3, number 4, Lights of Broadway. So there you go.
And it's in race 10, not race 9, so that's a good start.
No, I said race 10. Race 10, number 9, Claybell.
I heard race 9. Yeah. Claybell. Phil, this isn't my tip, but against your tip, Phil, I like one called Master of Surprise. Anyway, I've got race 4, number 5, Aruga Mamma. This is the best bet at Morph. Stepped up to this distance last time and just absolutely bolted in and meets the same opposition. Then I've got race 8, number 6, Rockstar Megzi at $4. This has really good first up form and against much better horses. And then I've got a two Tommy 2 play in the last at massive prices in race 10. Number 7, Mouse Almighty each way at $34 and $6.50.
Loves the
one in this class 2 back at Matt. Yeah, before going up in class and running an honest race last time. Back in ground has to be overs. And race 10, number 10, Wonder Woman each way at $21 and $4. Always forgive a horse one bad run. Was in the market last start in the same grade, performed poorly, not sure why. But if it bounces back to previous form, it's a big player at a nice price.
Explosion.
On to Ascot.
Exploded again.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Anyway, the last at Morph, I reckon, is an absolute lottery. I think just about any horse can win. It's actually that hard, I reckon. But
yeah, that's why I like rough.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm hoping Port Albert doesn't go. I like that Claybell. It actually looks good.
All right, Ascot, bread and butter. I've got a few bets here. So, race 2, I've got a Tommy 2 play. Number 1, I keep backing this horse when it doesn't win, but mate, it was huge last start, and it's proven on the back up. Number 1, Holy Ghost, $35, $7 a place. Seems to like when it gets to Ascot, up to 1,500 meters, probably peak distance. Was huge against Starry Heights last week. So if you put that form into these guys, it should be gone very, very close. It's got a good draw too, Stevie Parnham. Then also got to have something on number 12, Noteworthy, $11 a win, $3 a place. Was actually very, very unlucky last start and was good first up. And I think the 1,400 metres, its peak distance, I think it's definitely a better horse than a horse like Young Glass, and there's a massive price discrepancy. And then for the next race 3, I've got number 6, or I've got a cover on number 6, Hang Glide at $3.30. Terrible draw, but if it gets across, obviously a massive chance. It's better than the majority of these. But I want to have a major bet, a number 2, Cabanco, $11 a win, $3.50 a place. I think it's a better horse than these guys. Yeah, it's carrying a bigger weight, but it trialled up an absolute treat. And every horse that's come out of this trial has been flying. So you've got Flying Missile, Leniency, Vast Art. They've all come out of this same trial. So I'm happy to go with that. And then I'm going to have something on, yes, it looks shit at the weight, but race 4, number 5, Holy Enchantment at $7. I think it was just that good first up, and I think it can do it again second up. It actually has a better second up record. Mountain Ash looks good, decent, he looks good, blah, 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 blah. But I'm happy to have something at Holy Enchantment at that price. And then race 10, number 12, I like Upper Limits. I think $4. It's been trialing an absolute treat. It's got the blinkers on the first time. Pikey in the last. I think it can definitely win. It's got quality on the rest of its opposition.
I was going to lay that.
That would have been stupid.
Oh, that's going to win, you idiot. What'd you lay that?
I don't know. It's not really a 200 metre horse, is it?
I think it is. I think it's more of a 1,200, 1,400 metre horse.
It's not really 12, I don't think, but it's still better than...
First up after so long out.
Look at its trials, man.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well. All right, so race number 3, Diamond Scene, Pikey's horse, $2.80, and number 1, Playhouse Patron at $7. I do like Playhouse Patron more, only if it gets a better run, so it's always unlucky, and the horse always flashes home, so could win, but never know. So 2 plays there. Race 2, number 9, Yonga Lass, as I said, was stuck last start, absolutely bolted through. When it got the gap, it had clear air, more distance now. It's the reason why it's my best bet of the day. Race 4, Holy Enchantment, like Phil said, at $7. Horse is absolutely flying and put these to bed last start, just not that good at the weights. Race 5, number 12, I'm definitely don't know how to say this. Star of Horus, is that how you say it? At 16-1. Is that right?
Who?
Star of Horus.
No idea the fuck you're talking about, Falcons, to be honest.
I don't know who you're talking about either.
Jason Whiting's horse, Star of Forest. 16-1. I don't know. Anyways, that's race 5, number 12. Race 6, one of my black bookers, number 3, San Fabrizio at $5.50. Massive chance this start. Was a very good last start as well. And I think it gets the right one. So hopefully you can get the chockies there. And then race 10, number 4, Concob as my best value, but also back in number 2, Bit of Merit at $5. Has much better form than these guys. And in saying that, I think it's going to get a good run from the barrier. So there you go.
Lucas.
So I just realised that I've forgotten to write mine down, which is a bit of an issue, but I'll just go through on my phone.
Look, you're black
on. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. So race 1, I want to have Tommy 2 play on number 1, Playhouse Patron at $7, and the number 13, Mystery Moment each way at $16. In race 2, I was keen on Count the Sessions at $7.50 each way, and number 12, Noteworthy each way at $11. Like Phil said, that was really unlucky, and I think back up to a more suitable distance is a massive price for some reason. I'm happy to take on Pikey. In race 3, I want to be with Cabancho at $11, the number 2 each way. Race 4, I had nothing there. Yeah, I think that's it. And then in the last, I'm on the same thing, upper limits with Pikey to round out the day. Pike in the last is probably due one. It's been a while.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Corn cob win.
All the best. 3-leg multi. All right. So you can choose whatever you want. I'm going with Caulfield, race 10, number 8, Gennady to place.
For fuck's sake, that was
Huh?
that was mine.
Yeah, well, choose something else.
Fucking freak. I got no idea, right?
Luke, you got yours?
I got race 4, Holy Enchantment's place at $2.50.
I've got Rusty Dreams to place at Ascot.
So And what's that paying?
Not
Rusty
enough.
Dream? Yeah, not
It would
much,
be
is
like
it?
it would be like
All right, Rusty Dreams.
It'd be $7. It'd be $6 probably.
It's $7.20, and what we're going to do is we're going to agree on a winner to make it a 4-leg multi. So we've got $7.20. Who wins
Alright.
this weekend?
I don't like any.
All right, fine. We'll do overpass.
You know what you do? Do Tavi time tomorrow in the bush.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
do that.
I like that. So we got.
What girl looks good by? That scares me.
You
Shut
stupid.
up.
Fuck.
All right, so
I'd personally do fucking
$13 good enough.
I'd do Knight's Choice, but whatever.
$13 multi. So just to reiterate, Gennady to place at Caulfield, Holy Enchantment to place at Ascot, Rusty Dreams to place at Ascot, and Tavi Time to win tomorrow night in the Mudgee Cup. So altogether, $13. So thanks for listening, even though there's no one listening anymore. This has been way longer than anticipated. All the best. Upper limits in the last. And clean your mutanti. And this is probably the last episode ever. So all the best.
Thank fuck. I think we went longer than last week, and there was 4 of us.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's terrible. By the way, Fax, you've been black and white screen the whole time.
What do you mean?
You know what to do, yeah? Keep fucking punting.
Keep punting.